This is Nordic by Nature, and I'm Iida, your host. I am here today with Niklas. Niklas, welcome. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Could you start by introducing yourself and telling a bit more about what you do?
Yeah, I'm the Chief Business Development Officer with Nordiska. I joined the company in 2016, initially as the CTO, designing and developing alongside of our co-founder and current CEO, Mikael, the wholesale finance automation system that we are running as a banking as a service solution today, currently offering on the market, and been doing that for, well, ever since.
Interesting, thank you. How would you describe Nordiska's role in the Nordic fintech ecosystem at the moment?
I would say we are what we always strive to be, an enabler. We always took on a role to sit sort of behind the scenes, not being that visible. We're not marketing our products towards the end customers. We are funding a great deal of the big brands that are issuing loans in Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands recently, etc.
Thank you. In your view, what are the Nordic fintechs doing differently, and what makes them stand out in Europe and actually in the world?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think, being a resident of the Nordics, as are you, put us in the same room, we're all going to think we're pretty smart, but I don't think we are smarter, we don't have greater ideas than other people, etc. It's just that we live in a terrible climate zone. We suffer from lack of daylight 6 months a year, and humans are, we strive to create solutions to problems, right? And either you're going to look at the window that's pitch black, or you target, a problem and you direct your attention towards creativity and just solve it. And I think that, in combination with the fact that the technological maturity of the Nordics as countries, identification, central system for credit information, that entire landscape has been, very beneficial. And then on top of that, for the past decade, the access to venture cap, capital's been around at a low cost, which has brought a lot of the great ideas, to life.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more. Perhaps a segue to the flip side, what are the challenges at the moment that you see Nordic fintech scene facing?
Yeah, I'd say now it's obviously the cost of funding. That's a big one, but the interesting part of that is that there's a problem. Being an entrepreneur, there's a problem getting access to venture cap, because it really removes the part where you have to be really, really creative and cautious about spending, right? It's like, okay, finally we have this stack of money. Now let's recruit people, let's start building that, and you start to act like you actually are in fact earning that money. And now the landscape has shifted. The valuations have just dropped. There's no venture cap around, and it's time to come clean and show, do you actually operate a profitable business model? And this is what we'll see. And it's not looking, great for a lot of them.
Well, then we are here at Nordic Fintech Week with the brightest and smartest. What do you see? Who are the game changers, the innovators going into 24?
It's funny, I've been on these events several times, as you know, and I know last year Visa asked me to sit on a panel discussing credit as a service, and I got a similar question about innovation, and everyone was talking buy now, pay later, and I was like, we're not innovating anything, all right? Let's just make that clear, we're not innovating anything. Every solution that we're actually bringing to life has pretty much been around for decades. Buy now, pay later, all right, it's been around for decades. So basically what's been done is, through new technology, we get access to smoother customer experiences. So what we're doing is we're repackaging solutions that's been around. No one's inventing, in my point of view. And I think what's going to be interesting going forward is we've had a playground. The Nordic fintech scene has been very emerging, a lot of available capital, as I said. The big ones are the ones to start watching, because the smaller companies are not profitable. They may have built excellent solutions in the playground. Big ones have been on the sideline just watching. And what they're going to do now is they're going to cherry pick. And they're going to integrate these solutions into their existing schemas, like Visa did, for instance, with, oh, here's a new distribution methodology we can use with Froda, for instance, last year. Fantastic. This is what's going to happen. I also expect like the tier one banks to do the same. They're going to need a bit more time, centralized branding strategies, etc. They have to be very cautious about what they do. But come on, there's no rush. They got money. They can just cherry pick. Okay, we're going to go, this is good. Yeah, let's do that. You know, and add customer experience value.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Interesting viewpoint. Definitely exciting times ahead. Thank you, Niklas, for being here, and enjoy the event.
Cheers.